with the best fan.
And Walter.
Curtis Jones, Devin Witherspoon,
Kedra Wright,
Dave Burleson. You're watching NorCam.
You're watching NorCam.
What's up, everybody? This is NorCam coming at you. Happy Blue Friday to y'all on this 12th of December, 12/12/12. Man, this is on the precipice of one of the greatest starts of a week of the next month of football. That is like, I feel like we're getting to the top of this roller coaster ride, and it's like supposed to go into the craziness that is going to be this insane final month of the 2025 season. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for coming in here. I'm NorCam. If you haven't seen me before, welcome to the show. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell in case you want to get future videos. I have not done a call-in show in a while, but I thought this is kind of the perfect time to do it because just so much is going on. This coming week, we got 2 games in a week with the Thursday night game against the Rams. We won't even look past that game because there's so much to be had just in this coming week. So many storylines between Sunday and Thursday. It's crazy. But before I get into talking about what we're going to get into this during the next hour or so is, first of all, December 12th is my dad's birthday. And that's why I'm wearing this outfit, which came back from a birthday celebration. He just turned 86 today. So if you're on social media with my dad, Bert Kawili, Kuya Bert, send him a message. Just tell him a friendly happy birthday. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. But yeah, 86. And very lucky to have my dad around for this time in our lives where I know that he's getting up there in age. And there's so many friends of his that and friends of mine whose dads have either passed away or struggling to even get by day to day for various reasons. And fortunately for me, both my mom and dad are still independent and able to get around and do things like still dance and sing and go to Seahawks games like we're going to do on Sunday. So it's a very exciting time, and I'm very grateful for this time that we have together. So I just want to get that out there. It's been a very fun, emotional day. And then my kids come back next week from college, so it's going to be just ramping up for the holidays. So what an exciting time, right? Just so you kind of know how we're going to run this show for the next hour or so is I'm just going to do kind of just a little bit of breakdown, just share my thoughts over the next 10, 15 minutes about where we've come, what's to come, my feelings of where we are at this point moving forward in the next 4 weeks, thoughts about the postseason, and then I want to hear from you guys. On the phone line, you can call in right below at that phone number, 202-926-1076, and then enter the code 696-153, and I'll grab you in the phone lines and hear what you guys have to say. Your thoughts, concerns, excitement level, concerns, I think I already said that, about the Seahawks team as we are approaching the final quarter, the fourth quarter of this 2025 season. It's an exciting time. Okay, so man, before I get into too much detail, this is a great time to be a Seattle Seahawks fan. I mean, look at where we are right now. We are tied for the top of the division, technically with the same record, so we are in second place only because of the tiebreaker, but the Rams and the Seahawks knotted up at the top of the division at 10-3, 49ers right on our heels at 9-4. And everything in front of us. And from a Seahawks perspective, they have their entire destiny is under their own control. And it's not very often we can say that. Not very often we get to be in this position with a handful of games left. 2 games which we should win. 2 games which will decide it all. So you can't have much more at stake with the next 4 games. Let's talk a little bit about this upcoming game against the Indianapolis Colts. I knew at the beginning of the season that this would be a challenging game, but I still thought, if you see my prediction video, that I thought that we could win this game. I predicted a 2-score win back in August, and it's interesting, not for the reasons I'm thinking, but the odds makers have Seattle at 13.5 point favorites. So I almost got the spread perfectly right. I had, I think, a 13-point win, and it's 13.5. So that would be pretty sweet if that came true. But nobody would have expected to see what happened the way that this season happened. I mean, just look at the Colts, right? They started out the season 7-1, and since then they have rolled to a not so great last few games, falling now to where they at. They are now 8-5 after that hot start, losing 4 of the last 5 games, and the biggest blow to them, which has led to the situation they find themselves in this week, is Daniel Jones, who had had a great season after leaving New York to come to Indianapolis, to suddenly find themselves without a starting quarterback and without a backup quarterback because Daniel Jones tore his Achilles on Sunday, and they had no escape plan. They had no plan B because their backup was injured, Richardson injured. So they were desperate. And desperate times require desperate measures. And so all of you have been, obviously we all know about this, paying attention to the news. Old man Rivers, Phillip Rivers, the former Colts quarterback who was eligible to be in the Hall of Fame this year, retired back in 2020. That was the last time he played, 5 years ago. Was called up to come back and try to save the franchise's final few games to try to keep their playoff hopes alive. Phillip Rivers, the 44-year-old retired quarterback, coming off the couch to join the Colts on the road with a welcome mat being Lumen Field here in Seattle. How is this going to go? A million questions everybody's pondering. Is he going to be, what kind of football shape is he going to be in? What's he been doing for the past 5 years? Has he been staying in shape? Has he been, getting reps in? I'm sure he wasn't thinking about playing football all of a sudden. And so the curious part of you would love to know what exactly led to this decision for him to, be the one and actually take this position and do this thing with so little prep time. And while he was a good quarterback, he was, definitely had his moments, both with the Chargers and then finishing up with the Colts. Could throw, and was one of those guys who just never had the pieces around him to ever get to that, Super Bowl, the highly sought after Super Bowl. And here he is coming in cold, 5 years, half a decade of not playing, and all of a sudden now taking the reins to enter this hostile environment and this defense, which has gotten after the quarterback like crazy. This is going to be fascinating. I mean, I watched a lot of Phillip Rivers, obviously during, the years, leading up to his retirement. He never was very mobile to begin with. And now you got a guy who's been 5 years removed from the league being even less mobile, I'm sure, than he was when he was already active and not mobile then. So I predict that there's going to be, the one thing that they do have, they've got one of the best running games and the best running backs in the league. And Jonathan Taylor, man, that guy's a beast. Best back in the league, averages over 100 yards a game. I mean, dude they had a good offensive line too. So I expect them to be, a very run-heavy scenario where they're going to be handing off the ball. I mean, they might be handing off the ball in 30-plus times, in this game to just try to slow the pace down and keep the ball out of Seattle's offensive hands, right? I'm sure that's going to be their plan. Now, Seattle's going to want to counter that, and they've been really good against the run this year. And so, last week was one of the best running backs in Bijan Robinson. He got his share of yards, got like 80-something and change. But ultimately really never let him take over the game, forcing them to have to eventually put the ball up. And Seattle never allowed them in the end zone. It was all field goals. And they ran away with that at the end, 37-9. So it's a good formula right now for Seattle to stop the run. You stop the run, Seattle gets the ball, starts getting points up there, then you're going to find the Colts are going to have to throw the ball. And that is, I'm sure, a formula they do not want to have. They don't want to have Phillip Rivers back there having to throw the ball coming back from behind. So that's the formula that they're going to want to try to use to win. Another advantage for the Seahawks on the offensive side. Obviously, we have been having some great offensive moments here. The offensive line is starting to, I think, play better. I think Sundell's coming back. We had some injuries, but we are about as healthy a team as we've been all season. Our offensive line is almost back to its intact form. We even got Eric Saubert. I think he's back to practicing tight end. We've got our whole complement of defensive backs now with Julian Love. It's about as complete a unit as we have had since the season started. And so one of the pieces on the other side that they're not going to have is Sauce Gardner. They're, highly, one of the top-ranked corners, banged up, can't play. That's music to my ears, and music, I'm sure, to Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for Seattle's ears, knowing that you had JSN out there without a Sauce Gardner to shadow him, and we know what JSN can do. So I see a lot of Seattle running the football, a lot of JSN doing his thing, and we keep moving the chains, get everybody involved, get the tight ends more involved. This could really everything right now on paper is playing out to be what exactly you would want to see as a Seahawks fan. The only thing that can derail, I think, at least in this game, the only thing that could hurt us, I think everybody knows it. The one chink in the armor as we think about this team is the turnovers, right? Will Sam Darnold turn the ball over? We had one bad turnover in the Atlanta Falcons game. Luckily, no more than that. But that has been our issue, our one weak spot that I'm sure Indianapolis is going to try to exploit. So I'm sure they will be sending lots of guys. So hopefully Kubiak's got some answers to that so that he's not a sitting duck back there and is not rushed and pressed into making some bad, desperate throws. So that is what we need to avoid, because I think if we can keep Jonathan Taylor to less than 100 yards and the turnover ratio is basically even or plus, we should win this game handily. We don't even have to be great. We just have to play our good enough offense, and if the defense does what it does and we don't turn the ball over, just keep it even, there's no reason we shouldn't win this game. That's the turnovers are the only thing that could possibly derail this game on Sunday. So that's going to be fun to watch, though. The Phillip Rivers thing is just, I don't want to see the old guy get beat up, but of course I want our defensive line to get after him, right? Because it would be very interesting to see if Phillip Rivers suddenly gets knocked out of the game for whatever reason, what they would do after that. Because I don't think they got anyone under center. They might just have to have Jonathan Taylor behind there, just take direct snaps and run all day. So it's going to be very fun to see how that all plays out. So hopefully Seattle can start early. They've been having a couple games last week included, slow scoring coming out of the gates against the Vikings. They were slow coming out of the gates, and so they need to establish their will and score some points early and just get the Colts on their heels. And that will play into everything for the crowd noise and the defense and all that. So we'll see what we have in store. It's going to be a fun game on Sunday. We've got a lot of friends and friends of Mark's coming too. Members of the original Save Our Seahawks group are going to be there. Mike Gastineau, former KJR radio host, is going to be there. Rod Long, who was part of the team. New York Vinny is going to be there. Of course, Mark Collins. And on my side, I'm going to have my dad with me. I'm going to have my buddy Pat finally. Pat, my longtime seatmate since 1996, will finally be at a game on Sunday with us, sitting in our seats like good old times. And my buddy, since I've known him since kindergarten, Rob, who is a Raiders fan, lifelong, but his son works for the Seahawks, so it kind of evens out. So he'll be rooting for the Seahawks in this game. So we'll all be sitting together and having some pre-club hangout, and that'll be a fun time. So So catch my live stream on Sunday. You can catch all of our reactions as we watch this game unfold. So it's going to be a blast. So again, if you want to chime in, feel free to. The number is there on the screen, 202-926-1076. Enter the code 696153, and would love to hear your thoughts on this game and really the season coming up. Just a quick thought, because players aren't supposed to look ahead, but we as fans can look ahead because we're not playing. So after this game Sunday, of course, we welcome in the biggest game of the year to this point, the rematch against the Los Angeles Rams for the division lead. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than this, folks. I mean, after this game, it'll be 3 games to go. This could set everything up. And in one game, everything can swing all the Seahawks way. It can also swing the complete opposite how Thursday comes out. So much at stake here. But that, what can you say? I mean, look at these two teams. We are so similar in so many ways, which came down to that game that we lost to them. And had we not thrown 4 interceptions, we would have won the game. I mean, really, even despite 4 interceptions, it took a miracle punt by Los Angeles. It took 4 picks, and we still could have won that game. We missed it by just a few feet. So, if they don't get that punt, we probably win that game. If Darnold only throws 3 interceptions, we probably win that game. I mean, that's how good our defense is. So we are so even, though. You look at them on paper, point differential, one of the biggest measurements of how good a team really is, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Seattle and the Rams, we both have one of the highest point differentials in the entire league. The Rams, plus 152, Seattle, plus 161. So close. Same record, our conference record, we're 6-3, they're 5-3. Division, they're 3-1, we're 2-2. This game would even all that out, but it would put us 1 game ahead in the standings. So this game is going to be so insane. It's going to be crazy, and it's Thursday night. It's going to be the only game going on national. Everybody here to watch this one. This is a division deciding preview. This is an NFC Championship type of preview game. I mean, it's going to be so great. So I'm just basking in this fun that we're in right now, because a lot of teams fans are just like counting the days till the season's over. But here we are in the midst of a playoff race, and it can go so many different ways for all 3 of these teams. Between the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Rams, it can swing any number of ways in the next 4 games. Any one of these teams could be the division champs. You get an upset loss somewhere along the way. The head-to-head for the 49ers for the finale, that game's going to mean so much. It doesn't get more exciting than this. And then we had Phillip Rivers coming out of retirement on Sunday. I mean, who thought this game was going to be so filled with drama? And then you got and then let's not overlook the Carolina Panthers, who will be the second to last game of the season, suddenly playing in the mix for a playoff berth. So the team that's been pretty awful for the last few years, suddenly they've got something to play for. It's just so much fun. So much to look forward to as we enter into the holiday season and to the end of the new year. So, yeah, it's going to be quite the fun. So let me just go through a few of these comments that you guys have in here. Let's see. We got Vortex 9804, Zion Williamson, official Andrew is in here again. Condolences to you for the loss of your aunt. Despooks is here. Ravens NFL. Dangerous 7800. Yeah, I was going to go to the Atlanta game. Unfortunately, had to cancel that trip because this film I've been working on, which I'm hopefully going to be able to announce what it is in the next few weeks here. We were in a finished mode, and I just could not get away. So we missed out that opportunity to be down there. It would have been fun to be in the crowd in Atlanta for that game. Oh man, that place must have been going crazy. So we'll see. Maybe next time, because I really want to visit Atlanta and see what that city's like. I heard it's awesome. Zach Redding, yeah, the Seahawks are going to repeat Super Bowl 48. I think they've got the defense. They've got the potential to do it, but they have yet to beat the big boys on the block. And until we can beat the Rams, until we beat the 49ers, we haven't proven it yet. So that's the test. That's the test. Let's see. We got what else we got in here? Leonard Olun. Go Seahawks from Belize. Oh, wow. Welcome from across the border down south. Rouser, his team is, the question is the quarterback. You talking about for Seattle? I mean, we all know what the question is, but we know what he can do. Jared Flicklin, Seahawks beat the Colts. Well, yeah, everybody right now, all the predictors are saying we should win by close to 2 touchdowns. We'll see. I don't like it when we're so heavily favored, because we were heavily favored against the Titans by this amount. And at one point we were up by 20. And a fluke punt return and, some stuff. An epic performance by Cam Ward, and suddenly they're an onside kick away from putting themselves in a position to win that game. We won by 6. Seahawks Glover, we'll see what happens here. We got Ilona. What's up, Ilona? A long-time dedicated fan. I appreciate it. Let's see. Saijan, haven't seen you in a while. What's good? Everything's good. Again, my dad's birthday was today, 86 years old. Alan Pickett says he likes Rivers. Let's see, Mayfire 9246. He was a coach running Indy's offense. Oh, I do know that one reason Rivers was a choice that was easy for them to make is because Rivers is very familiar with this offense, so he doesn't have to learn a whole bunch of new stuff. He was running it, as a coach, high school or something, running that offense. So he knows it. In here, he knows it. The question: does he have the recognition, the reps, and the physicality to be able to run it? It's one thing to run it as a coach, a whole other thing to actually run it as a player. So that's going to be interesting. Alan Pickett says, all or nothing. I mean, Super Bowl or bust. Remember when when he beat the LOB in San Diego? I remember that one. I do remember that one. Keep the comments going. I'm going to start taking to the phone lines here so we can get some of these conversations going. So I'll get my ears in, and we'll take to the calls. Again, the number's on the screen right below there, and you can feel free to jump in on the phone lines. Let's go. Let's start with what we got here. Let's go to Andrew, because Andrew's been waiting patiently this whole time. So, Andrew, are you there?
Hello.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Nothing much. It's been a while.
It has been a minute, hasn't it? I'm sorry again. Condolences for the loss of your aunt. I hope you're doing okay, and you and your family.
Well, I'm good. Yeah, it's just she had cancer. So, and I did send you the email with the song that I did for my aunt. Oh yeah,
I got to take a look at that and see if I can repost that. But yeah, man, nice work. Were you guys really close?
Yes, me and my aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we were trying to take our God's hand, so we just cried in the funeral.
Yeah. No, again, sorry to hear that. I was always, especially this time of the year. I have a few friends who are battling breast cancer, and I know my dad's lost a few friends just in recent weeks. So, yeah, it's tough. It's you gotta appreciate the time that you have, right? Whether it's your family right with you all the time or people you don't see very often. Give them a call, just let them know what you're thinking of them, because we don't always know when we're going to have another chance to talk to them again. So, got to take advantage of the time that we have.
Yeah, I did got your merch also. So
I'm glad you got to send me a picture of that so I can see how it looks on you, man.
Yeah, I did send you the link on YouTube, but I did a post video for you that I received a merch.
Oh, okay. All right. I got to catch up on all your recent postings, so I'll take a look at that. And do you have a shot of you wearing it?
Wait, what?
Do you have a shot of you actually wearing it?
Not yet. But
Not yet? Okay, that's what I want to see. I want to see how it actually
it.
turned out, because want to make sure it looks good. So yeah, good to know. Well, give me your thoughts here on this upcoming game. You're feeling pretty optimistic. Really, the next two games. How are you feeling about the Seahawks' chances of taking this division and maybe getting, like home field advantage in the playoffs and getting to the Super Bowl? How optimistic are you about the Seahawks?
Man, hopefully. I wish, but I'll probably go if they're going to win. So I'm just feel like my heart's going to be filled out. Yeah. I just feel like I was nervous or trying to let the Seahawks win to get in the Super Bowl.
So, yeah, I think being nervous that's going to be a pretty normal thing. Pretty much every game we go into, there's so much at stake. But that's what makes it kind of exciting is the fact that your heart rate gets up for this game. So it's a good distraction to get away from when things, other stuff going on. It's always the Seahawks are always good entertainment. So it's a good distraction for all of us when we need something in our lives to just get our minds off other things and just have some fun and focus on football. So, all right, Andy, do you have a score prediction for this game?
I'm not sure. Forgot about the score predictions. I bet I'll let the Seahawks win to defeat the Colts.
Okay, no numbers, but you got them getting the win. That'll work for me. All right.
I need to figure out next time if I had to know the score prediction.
All right. Well, all right, Andrew. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna go grab some other calls. So thanks, and you take care, man.
For that, tell EVCAD, tell him I said hi for me.
Oh yeah, if I see him, I will definitely mention that you said hello. So all right, take care, Andrew. Let's go to Cody in Bonnie Lake. Cody, you're on live. What's on your mind, bro?
Hey.
That's going good. So how you feeling as a Seahawks fan? What's your nervousness or confidence level going into the next 4 games?
I feel absolutely tremendous because Mike McDonald's the absolute truth. I think he's one of the top 5 best coaches in the NFL right now, and I think going into any matchup, you should feel very confident with just how he's been able to create a culture here in Seattle. And I really feel like with his defensive mind and just the way the Seahawks have been playing on defense, whether it be the pressure rates or turnovers created, they just give a lot of quarterbacks issues, and that has to play a factor when we're getting into the postseason. And then the special teams unit's been tremendous with Jason Myers. So, you got all 3 phases in football, and at the professional level, I feel very confident that the Seattle Seahawks are a Super Bowl contender for sure.
Yeah, well, you definitely got that right. We have been getting after the quarterback. When you look back at our last few opponents, Atlanta hassled the quarterback, got turnovers and fumbles. Minnesota just destroyed their quarterback and made him look silly. Tennessee, Cam Ward had actually a pretty good game. We did get pressure on him, did take him down, but he had a heroic type of game. And of course, there was the Rams before then. We did not get to him. He is a tough one to get to, so they're going to have to find a way to get to him, Stafford, when we play them on Thursday. But it should be an interesting game on Sunday. We're favored by 2 touchdowns. Again, what's one of the highest since Tennessee 2-score prediction that we're going to win this game. What are you most nervous about? Are you having any concerns at all about the game on Sunday? That I feel really good, except do you have anything that is concerning to you, whether it be the run game of Indianapolis or the turnover factors or anything that you're concerned about, or do you totally feel like there's no chance we don't lose this, that we don't lose this game?
I certainly have a lot of confidence with Phillip Rivers, who's 45 years old, making a start. Assuming it hasn't been official, but sounds like that's going to be the case. So
I think so.
In terms of real issues, I mean, Jonathan Taylor is a special running back, and obviously he's going to get his touches. And this is probably a game, especially on the road, loud environment, he's probably going to get 30 touches. So you really just got to really contain him. You almost want to make Indianapolis one-dimensional to a certain extent, but really just have to just know where 28 is on the field the entire time.
You wonder if Seattle's approach to this, are they going to stack the box, just like dare Rivers to throw and just put everybody up in the line of scrimmage and just have a couple of, 8 in the box and put 3 defenders on the edges to cover the receivers and just dare Rivers to drop back and throw, and just force the issue? Or will they play kind of their typical defense and just play them the way they do? It's going to be interesting to see the chess match as they set up for this game. So looking ahead, how do you feel about the rematch with the Rams? Why do you think, if you feel that we will, which I think if you think we're Super Bowl contenders, we have to win that game, why will we beat them this time when we couldn't last time?
I think the difference is really going to be the turnover factor more than anything at this point. I mean, we saw what happened last time, and when they played in SoFi, and Sam Darnold had 4 interceptions, I believe, and then they lost by 2, 21-19. It might sound really simple, just be like, oh yeah, just don't turn over the ball, and that's the difference. But I mean, as long as they're, and I really do feel confident about Mike McDonald in regards to like always having his guys ready to go and being the more physical team. But also, you gotta put into the factor that this is on a short week. It's Thursday Night Football, so that's why I'm really hoping Seattle just steamrolls Indianapolis, which I think is a pretty decent possibility, especially if they're able to get out, create some big chunk plays early in the first half and really be healthy and ready to go against the Rams. But yeah, just to answer your question, I would say the turnover battle.
Yeah, I feel the same thing. I feel the same way. It's the only kryptonite for Seattle, really. Just why we lost the Rams is because we have one too many turnovers that game. Because after the first quarter, we shut the Rams down.
Right, and even when you go back to the Rams playing the Panthers a few weeks ago, I mean the difference was that Stafford had 2 interceptions. So it really does seem like that's the way to beat the Rams. Obviously, I know the Eagles early on in the year had that blocked field goal, but it really seems like to beat the LA Rams this year, you have to have Matthew Stafford turn over the football. Yeah.
They shut him down without him having to turn the ball over. We just have to not do it to ourselves. Yeah, and even if we don't have him turn it over, we just got to contain him, which is what we did. All right, Cody. Well, thanks for the call, man. I hope you're right. I'm feeling the same vibes as you are, so we'll see. We're making a lot of noise. I'm sure it's going to be buzzing on Sunday, and of course Thursday night. The place should be rocking like crazy. So, all right, appreciate your call. We're going to take another call here. We're going to go to Sergio in Vancouver. Sergio. Let's see, is Sergio there? Oh, here we go. Sergio.
What's going on?
Not much, man. How you feeling? What's your, with 4 games to go, Super Bowl bound with the Seahawks? What do you think as far as the outlook?
Without a doubt, this team is a Super Bowl contender. I mean, the way Mike has came in second year, already a top defense in the NFL. I mean, this defense is just so consistent. They're shutting down quarterbacks left and right, shut down Purdy, shut down Stafford to his second worst game of the season. They're just making offenses look bad. And, I mean, I think that automatically makes them a Super Bowl contender. They're just always in these games. I mean, our 3 losses are combined 8 points.
Yeah.
I mean.
So true. So if you were to make a prediction for the next 4 games, which is going to decide, right? Because the Seahawks do control their own destiny. They don't need help from anybody else. They can literally take this division and, more importantly, on top of that, the number 1 seed is all within their grasp. They control their own destiny. But the question is, will they do it? How will they fare in the next 4 games? What do you think the record is going to be?
I think Seattle's going to win out. I think they'll win the next 4. The main game I have circled on my calendar is obviously that Rams game next week, and it's going to come down to, obviously, Sam Darnold. Can he not turn the ball over? Can he use his legs the way he did last week in the second half against the Falcons and extend drives? but also not get too reliant on JSN and try to spread the ball to the rest of our receivers and get the run game going. So that's what I think we should go into. I'm confident in the defense. They shut Stafford down last time. I believe they can do it again. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I hear you with the comment you made. You know, in that game where JSN was shut down against the Vikings, it was a little concerning because it felt like we got so spoiled by JSN getting 100 yards almost every single game, and then suddenly he gets shut down and nobody else is like, where's everybody else? You know, JSN can't do all the lifting, and it felt a little bit like, you know, where are the other players here? You know, it's last week was promising because Shaheed finally. You know, it was his breakout game for Seattle, right? He gets the 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown to start off the second half. But more importantly, he ended up with like 60-something yards and was a big contributor from the as a receiver for the offense. We hadn't really seen much from him. You know, a catch here, a catch there. But this is the first time he had a really high-impact game. And the Cooper Kupp, you know, gets some key catches, a touchdown. So I feel like if you know, that's a good sign of things to come, that they're starting to spread things around, and you know, and JSN still got 2 touchdowns. I'd like to see them get the tight ends involved. My biggest disappointment, I'd say, for players that I had expectations for, is Elijah Arroyo, because everybody else that we've drafted, you know, has been, you know, playing great. Gray Zabel has been great. Eamon Wari is just incredible. Arroyo, I've been waiting for that breakout game to like, here he is, you know, we just haven't had that yet. And I feel like it's there. And it was the same way that I felt like Shaheed. I hear a lot of people like kind of complaining about Shaheed, like, man, we wasted a 4th or 5th round pick on this guy. He doesn't do anything. And then all of a sudden, boom, you know, he has that coming out game. And we're just kind of waiting to see that from Arroyo. We haven't really seen that breakout game where he can really kind of shine. So I'd love to see him do that. And the fact that they don't have Sauce Gardner, I mean, you're missing your quarterback, but you're also missing one of your biggest defensive pieces. DeForest Buckner, too, I understand, is not playing. So, I mean, while we're getting as healthy as we've ever been, the Colts are definitely not doing too hot. So that should really help us.
I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I almost feel bad because we got business to take care of. So, you know, I don't want Phillip Rivers to get hurt. You know, I mean, I want to see him, you know, be able to retire in one piece. But I surely don't want his life. I want to make his life uncomfortable on Sunday. So I hope Seattle will do that. So. Yeah, how about you? I told you my biggest disappointment. If anything, you got to complain about anything. What's your biggest concern / disappointment? Biggest thing to work on right now?
I think to me, it's got to be the O-line, especially on run blocking. We got to find a way to make holes for guys like Kenneth Walker. I feel like Kenneth Walker really hasn't had that game where like, oh, he's breaking free every single time, like. And also, in that Rams game last time, the pass protection, we got to protect better. Obviously, you can say that we were one of the lowest sack teams in the league, but that comes down to Sam Darnold releasing the ball fast. So my biggest complaint, big O-line. I think that's my biggest complaint there.
Well, that's been an old statement for a while. I already said my biggest disappointment from a weapon standpoint, but Anthony Bradford, oh man, there are times where it's just hard to watch him, and yet he is still starting. He is still the starting right guard for Seattle. Christian Haynes apparently is just not good enough to dethrone him. I don't know what it's going to take, but there are times when I feel like, you know, Anthony Bradford is like, he's one of the strongest guys out there, but he's blocking air because he missed the dude who went right by him, you know. So right guard, I feel like it's the one spot they really need to shore up, and I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but maybe it's going to be next year.
Sundell's right there. Just put him there.
Yeah, I know. Well, we got Sundell coming back, though. So now that we have Sundell and Oluwatimi has been holding his own at center, maybe Sundell, Oluwatimi, maybe that's going to be the combination. We'll see what they do because, again, we got options now that we've got players back. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play that. So, all right, man. Well, thanks for the call, Sergio. It's good to hear from you. And, yeah, we'll see how it goes this week. It'll be a lot of football fun the next week, especially a week from now will be Friday. And by God, I'm going to be doing a show, I'm sure, on the Friday after the Thursday night game. And this better doggone it be like a victory celebration.
Okay, hype,
if I'm
y'all.
bummed out, like talking about a heartbreaking loss on Friday is not going to sit well. It's going to be a real damper on the holidays. So we got to get this win. We got to get this win, and we got to keep rolling and get that win on Thursday to make this a really, really, really
Keep stacking.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate the call. All right. Again, phone line's open. If you want to weigh in and give me your thoughts on this point that we are in with the Seahawks, 202-926-1076. Call in with the code 696153. What time's it now? 6:40. I got about 20 more minutes or so for the rest of this call-in session. But again, it's this is a rare position that we've been in. It's not very often that I can remember last time that we were 10-3. I don't know if anybody knows it offhand, but it feels like it's been a long time. I mean, 2020 we won the division. I don't remember what the score was. It was such a weird season though because we weren't going to the games. The stadium's seats were empty, and again the Rams threw us ruined our season when we lost that wild card game at home. So we were 10-4 in 2020, says that, not Vexo. So yeah, again, we have a chance to have one of the best records we've had in a while. And so, so much of an opportunity here. But it comes down to the two teams that are standing in our way in the next 4 games are the two teams who we have yet to beat this year. So that is the task at hand. If you can't beat these two teams, then we don't deserve the division because they are right now the big bad bullies on the block, the Rams especially, and the Niners are right on our heels. So this is the time we've got to make it happen. And I think if we do, because really, if you look around the NFC, I'm hard pressed to think that there's not that many great teams outside of the West. It's in all reality that I feel like. I'll talk about it in a second, but let me go to another call here from the 615. The 655, I don't know who this is, but let's find out. 615, Tennessee? Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Yep. Yeah, that's Tennessee.
Okay, what's your name, man?
Yeah. What did you say?
What's your name?
Oh, my name's Jalen, man.
Jalen from Tennessee. But you're a Seahawks fan?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Jalen.
Yeah. I want to say I've been watching you since like 2017, but I've never joined one of your lives before, but I have been watching for a minute now.
Okay, well, welcome for joining and calling in for the first time, man. I appreciate it. Well, what are your thoughts here? This is a rare opportunity that we find ourselves in with the final quarter of the season coming up. But, 2 games that should be winnable, 2 games that who knows which way they can go. What's your thoughts on how this the next 4 games are going to play out, starting with this Colts game?
I mean, I think it's like, is there really a chance that the Colts can win? I don't think so. Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman, I don't think that's going to do enough, I'm going to be honest, but I don't know, maybe Tyler Warren can have a big game. That's like, there's so many ways for them to lose and not enough ways for them to win, in my opinion.
Right. To me, it's like
Jonathan
Taylor going off and us turning the ball over. To me, that's the only way we lose this game.
Yeah.
That combination.
It's
and Seahawks got to know that.
It's terrible.
They have to have a game plan that just shuts down that one and doesn't put the ball at risk. So, it seems to me that, and then the defense, and I think the defense has been so good at stopping the run, I feel like that's going to take care of itself. So they just come back to the offense, just don't screw it up. Just don't mess it up. And we'll win this game.
And they have a quarterback coming in off 4 years off. So it's just like
5 years off.
I don't think they really
was sitting on his couch on Sunday watching football, eating Cheetos with Cheeto crumbs on his. He gets a phone call saying, "Yo, Phil, man, what you up to? What you up to? What do you think about coming and jumping in real quick, putting on a uniform and playing the Seahawks in Seattle on Sunday? What do you think?" I would love to hear how that phone call went because it must have been I'm sure they didn't plan this in advance, so I'd love to hear the reaction on the other side. That would have been a great fly on the wall moment. So, yeah, but so what's our record going to be when the season's over? We're 10-3 right now. If we went undefeated, we'd be 14-3.
I mean, I'm thinking 13-4, to be honest. I think we're going to lose to the Rams again, and then I think we're going to beat the 49ers and beat the Panthers. I mean, I know it sounds terrible being a Seahawks fan, but, like, I'm not really – we did hold Matthew Stafford to 130 yards, which was crazy. But, like, they seem to rattle Sam every time. I mean, Vikings now. Isn't this his third time playing the Rams?
This will be the third time, yes. The last time was with the Vikings, and he had that multi-sack game, turnovers
like
and stuff.
If you go down 0-3 to a division rival, like, it's like I love Sam, but it's like, man, it's kind of just like a Daniel Jones thing.
No, but you're already predicting that that's going to happen, bro. If we lose to the Rams, I don't see how we can win the division, and then we're going to have to be on the road in the playoffs.
No, but we don't have to win the division. I would want us to play the Panthers. I think they're going to get the 7th seed. I'm taking the Panthers with us at home 10 times out of 10 over, honestly, any other NFC team. Like, I don't think any other NFC team's worse than the Panthers.
So what you're saying you're okay losing to the Rams and losing the West and just taking our chances with the playoffs.
But that's also because I don't think we have to have home field advantage to win the game. We're the best road team in the NFL.
Well, that's true. But selfishly,
I
want the games at home because I want to go to those games. But, yeah, true. I mean, they have been almost unstoppable on the road.
Are we still undefeated on the road?
No, we lost to the Rams on the road. Sure. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that road, remember, if we have to play the Rams on the road, that's going to be in their court. We don't want that. So, we got to win. We got to win at home.
Well, I guess that kind of backs my point a little bit that we lost to the Rams on the road. So, like, coming back home now, that kind of lowers the chances of us. I don't want to say lower, but, like, it just – I don't like it. I don't like playing the Rams with Sam Darnold as quarterback. I'd rather have – I don't know. Yeah, you could be. You know what? Let's trade K9, the backwards running back, and let's go get, I don't know, Joe. We could get Joe Burrow. Come on.
Aren't we past? Well, I mean, we're past the trade deadline, but I guess deals could be worked out if teams were willing to let people have a deal. Come on, what are we talking about here? K9. If the offensive line blocks for him, K9's the better running back. What are you talking about?
No, he's not. He's not a better back than Charbonnet. Are you? Come on, we're not. Is he better? You really think he's better than Charbonnet?
I do. I think he should be getting Charbonnet's the backup, and K9 should be getting the first
That's the problem.
rep.
I think we changed that.
I like Charbonnet, right? He's got more touchdowns than K9, not because he's a better running back, but he just gets the call inside the 5-yard line, inside the red zone. He's the guy they give it to. K9, yes. I know the knock on K9. He does tend to bounce outside and then he loses yards. I know that happens, but a lot of times it's because there's no hole there to run behind. There's no hole there, so when he gets going, he's got that potential to break that big one. He almost broke one last week. He got a shoestring tackle caught on him. Otherwise, he was gone to the races.
He's the explosive runner, and then Charbonnet's like the bruiser.
Right.
Run him off the field.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's like when I'm watching K9 film, and it's like you're watching it play by play, like because I'm watching every single game, and it's like you see him, weak zone run. He runs right into Gray's Abel, and then bounces out and turns around and loses us 10 yards. So it's like, can he just run forward? Like, what's up with this guy?
I agree. There's others want to run forward, but I'm not talking about trading him. But this is his last year. So it's gonna be interesting what happens contractually with him going forward, if they're going to renew or what's going to happen. So, yeah. Well. All right. Well, you just kind of threw a wet blanket over my Thursday night anticipation. Thanks for doing that.
I still want to win the Super Bowl all the way, baby. Seahawks on top. But
okay. All right. Well, we got to win that game on Thursday. I mean, it's ripe for the Rams to fall.
We definitely can. We could definitely win that game. There is a very good chance. I mean, let me look at something real quick. I said Sam Darnold. Matt Stafford threw for 130. I'm looking at every other game. He has over 250
I know.
yards.
Our defense shut him down.
And
he never really got going.
So
the only reason he threw
chance.
for 3 touchdowns is because we gave him the short ass field. Oh no, it was 2 touchdowns. It was one. They had one rushing touchdown and two touchdowns, and each one came off of interceptions. The one to what's his name? There's only reception. Number 17. What's his name? Their other receiver, not Puka Nacua.
Nacua. Devontae Adams.
Devontae. Yeah, him.
Yeah.
He had one catch
Devontae
for a touchdown, and then the other one to Parkinson. That was it. So anyway, I got the phone lines lighting up, man. So I'm going to go. Hopefully we'll do another call-in session then maybe in a week and see how the temperature of things are. And hopefully they're a lot better than what you're predicting, man, because you just made it feel like you pissed in my Cheerios.
I love this team. I want us to win, man, but I'm just...
Okay. All right. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling.
Yep. You have a good night.
You too. All right. Let's go to the 727. You're up next. Don't know who this is. Who's this? Where are you calling from? Oh, no, he's gone. Let's go to the 509 in Justin. Justin from the east side of the mountains.
Lord, how's it going? I haven't talked to you since the draft.
I know, man. I'm finally getting around to doing another call-in show, and here we go.
Oh, man.
How are you feeling about this place that we're at, man? Excited? Nervous? Super?
I'm excited, man. We talked about it during the draft, how this team looked really good, and it could go really far, and they're doing it. They're doing the thing.
How about Eamon Warry?
JSN?
Gray Zabel, man.
Yeah, I know.
Eamon Warry. Remember those drafts, those picks, and we were all excited, and of course that cautious optimism, like, yeah, but he was North Dakota State. The guys there. It's a small league.
Right. And we were talking about certain positions we wanted filled that didn't get filled, but I mean, hey, Mike McDonald made it work. He's magic on that defense.
Oh, man. I know. And, I remember people were, giving him a hard time, like, oh, man, he's supposed to be a defensive guru. Like, they wanted it. We live in such an instant gratification world. Nobody has any patience, right? They're just, it's
right?
kind of frustrating. Even for the
now.
game, just the game in general. Like, everybody, you don't notice that? Everyone wants to go for fourth down nowadays. Everybody's going for fourth down. Nobody kicks the field goals. Everybody wants to go for it. Like, I don't get it because I guess I'm old school. Like, take the points, right? But everybody wants to go for a fourth down. Everyone's exciting at the time, yeah, and then it doesnn't work out, and they're like, oh crap. Look at the Chiefs, man.
Right.
Went for it.
I mean, I get it going from the 40, going for it on fourth down now, especially now everybody's doing the tush push and AJ Barner doing his tush push, which is freaking awesome to see, by the way. But it just makes more sense for us to utilize that and get those points up there,
Yeah, but I will say this, though. The Seahawks need to be scoring touchdowns when they're in the red zone.
Absolutely.
That has been,
especially coming up against the Rams, the 49ers.
If the Seahawks had scored one touchdown amongst all those field goals, I think 3 field goals, that were 4 to start off it was 4 because they had 12.
Yeah.
If one of those scores was a touchdown, this game, they win that game. So, so many things had to go wrong.
That game would have been completely different.
Yeah.
So that's the same with going up against the Rams. Like, we can't take field goals against the Rams. We cannot. Right. We did that last time, and it burned us.
But it would have been fine had we only thrown 3 interceptions. All those field goals would have been just fine. But 4 interceptions.
Yeah, and 3 interceptions would help instead of 4. I mean, absolutely.
Okay, all right, we'll go back to the subject. Confident. You are confident. The draft picks have been panning out. What do you see happening the rest of the way? Are you like,
well, let's see. Next we face Phillip Rivers, so we know that's going to be a dub. Then we got the Rams. That's going to be a hard one. I foresee us getting the win with the way the Rams have been playing the last couple games. Carolina, I'm a little nervous about after watching them turn their season around.
They beat the Rams.
But the Niners, I mean, they got so many injuries over there that's I'm not even worried.
The Panthers did beat the Rams. They did us a little favor there. They beat the Rams the other
week.
Yeah,
they beat the Rams and the Niners.
Yeah, so how about that, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm nervous about them. They turn their
we have to beat.
Quick.
The Panthers beat, and we play them in between. So, but of course it's matchups and all that. So, but we are, the one thing that Seattle's got going for them, this is the healthiest they've been. I mean, it's rare that a team gets healthier as the season goes along. Usually it's the way it's going for the Colts. It gets worse.
And this is only week 2 with all of our defensive players. Like, we saw what we could do with everybody. We saw what we could do without everybody.
Right.
Right.
when we lost
It's definitely going to be a different game against the Rams.
Right. When we played the Buccaneers, how about the Buccaneers, man? Talk about a free fall those guys are going through.
Oh, that was a horrible free fall last night.
Horrible game. I mean, that was inexcusable to lose that game, but they did. I mean, credit to the Falcons for getting it done, at the end. But yeah, when we played the Buccaneers, man, another game where you go, man, how did we lose that game? We should have won that game. But we only had, I think, 7 starters because we were missing so many guys.
Yeah, we were down quite a bit on our defensive side, and we still kept it tight.
Right. I mean, it was a high-scoring tight. I mean, it wasn't a 30-something. It was close. I mean, it was a high-scoring.
We were both in the 30s. It was like 37, 34.
It was an exciting game, but annoyingly, we were
absolutely.
Yeah, it felt like just like the first game when we lost to the Niners. We were gonna go down and score. Right. I thought we were gonna win that, beat the 49ers on that play.
I mean, in all actuality, I really feel we should have won that game. I don't think we should have gone for that kick at that moment. Maybe try and get one more quick touch play in.
Are we talking about the Rams?
Against the Niners, week 1.
Niners. Oh, yeah. You're on week 1.
Yeah, we left them way too much time on the clock, and when we went for the kick, we could have done 1-2 more plays to try and get another yard closer.
Yeah. But, we were
try and get to that automatic zone.
Yeah, but we were on the 7-yard line with a touchdown to win it. And I believe we were going to get it until Nick Bosa pushed Abe Lucas into Sam Darnold's throwing hand.
Yeah.
I mean, such a disappointing.
That's one of the names I'm not worried about coming up because, like I said, they got a lot of injuries. And unfortunately for us, he is one of them.
Well, and him and Fred Warner both being out.
Yep. Two of my most feared 49er players.
Exactly. Right.
It's music to my ears.
But somehow they've managed to keep hanging on. They're like the Broncos. Somehow they keep winning games, even though they don't look like they should be, but they have been.
Well, I mean, look at the Broncos' schedule, though. I mean, you compare their schedule to our schedule, and it's a completely different record.
That's true. The Broncos don't scare me. I just think I look at the NFC. And it's like you look at the top teams in every division. Philadelphia, not looking good. Green Bay, beatable. Carolina, the top team in the South, and you got Chicago also, which they've definitely been improved. They're definitely
that defense is definitely a fear.
But that's it.
I will admit that I am worried about the Bears' defense if we face them in the playoffs.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Rams. So, and then
we all know the Rams.
The Niners might, I guess the Niners could sneak in there too, depending on how this all plays out. But in the last 4 games, but does any of those teams really scare you? I feel like the Rams is the scariest team left, and we are going to play them at home one more time. So.
They are our team to beat. If we cannot beat the Rams, we don't deserve 1 seed in my eyes.
All right. So, what is the Seahawks record when all said and done?
All said and done, I really do think we're going to get that 1 seed. We're going to finish out, win out. Let's see, we're 10-3, so it'll be 14-3 by the end of the season. Number 1 seed bye week. I really want to say they'll see us in the Super Bowl, but again, we got to make it past the Rams in the playoffs.
All right, let's dream a little bit here, right? Let's just do what you're not supposed to do and look ahead. Let's say all that happens. We make the Super Bowl. Who are we looking at on the other side? Who in the AFC is coming out and being the biggest threat? We got New England. Right? Wouldn't that be crazy? A rematch with New England. 11-2, no Brady and Belichick, but a whole new crop of Drake May and a new coaching staff. 11-2, they look like the real deal. Then you got we just talked about the 11-2 Denver Broncos, who has no business being 11-2. Jacksonville 9-4, Pittsburgh 7-6. We all beat them and Jacksonville.
My biggest concern, I'll say this from the AFC, is the New England offense.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about New England's offense than I am Denver's offense.
Yeah, I agree.
Drake May's really come together this year. The offense has really lit it up. They beat the Bills, didn't they?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, yeah, I mean, if they can hold the Bills off, what's going to stop them from holding Seattle? We've got just as tough of an offense, and we've just got, we've got a hardcore defense, but defense can only do so much.
Right. Yeah, New England definitely, they got the highest scoring, point differential, 110, by far the most in the entire AFC. So let's see if they maintain that. Definitely the best, tied for the best record in all of NFL. Well, we're just 1 game behind them, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I appreciate your the call and your optimism, man. Like I said, I plan on doing a show a week from now. A week from now, we will be really measuring where we are, and who knows where we'll be feeling, but we could be sky high, just like, woo, or it could be really depressing Friday next week.
Hopefully we're at that sky high, because, I mean, if we lose a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, I mean...
Oh, no. We're not even talking about that game, but Thursday night, it would be a very depressing
Thursday night
Friday
Rams game,
We have 2 games at home left. That's only 2 left, so that's the last one. This is the last one. I don't want to end the season at home with a losing note. So anyway, we got to take care of the first one. Can't look past this one to get the next one. But
Yep. Take care of the first one and then on the next one.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be doing a show a week from now, and we'll see how we're feeling on the heels of how this week is going right now. I'm feeling pretty good right now. So, all right, man.
Same, Norm.
All right.
We'll catch you next week.
All right, sounds
Absolutely.
good. All right, go Hawks. Abel's on the line, man. We haven't done a Hawks Real Talk in a while, but this might be the next best thing. Abel, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, man.
It's been a while since we chatted. We just haven't been able to connect to get the gang together, but man, we got a quarter of the season left. How you feeling about things?
Well, it's a tough stretch, to say the least. It's the most stressful, and it's the toughest schedule-wise. I mean, so you play the Colts, and yeah, everyone's talking about ancient Phillip Rivers coming back and, facing us. And I'm not too worried. Our defense is elite, and I don't think Rivers is. But, then you got the Rams, who that was just a ugly dogfight this time, and then you got the Panthers, who look really good, and the Niners in San Fran, which is never easy. So it's just going to be a marathon.
Yeah. So much can change in the next 4 games for all of our teams, for the Niners, Seahawks, and the Rams. But Thursday night is going to set a lot in tone of what's to come. If we win that game, we are definitely in the driver's seat. If we can knock the Rams down behind us, and if we can get lucky, and maybe someone else helps us out down the line just to get some cushion. But we'll see. But yeah, man. Looking ahead, what is your prediction for our season? How are we going to finish? What will our record be when the regular season comes to an end?
All right. I mean, obviously, in a perfect world, we go undefeated and we come back home from the divisional happy with the bye. But it's hard seeing us winning out just when you got those, the Rams, the Niners, and the Panthers. Like, Panthers have been playing elite. The divisional matchup is always a tough challenge, and when the Niners and Rams are doing this well this year, it's difficult to see winning every single game. And the truth is, though, I can see us winning every single game. And I honestly see us, even if we drop one, I still see us coming out with the 1 seed.
Really?
Well,
it depends who you drop the 1-2.
It just depends. It depends on who you drop the 1-2. I mean, if you beat the Niners and the Rams, and then drop one to the Panthers, you might still come out with the 1. But you know what? I think we'll come out with 14 wins. I don't know. There's something special about this game and the defense and just how the offense develops through the game and just JSN season. I can see us going through with 14 wins.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. I was like, you're dancing around the question. Like, I want to know what's our record going to be.
Yeah.
Well, we could be this, and we could be that, and we could get the thing if we don't get the number 1. Okay, so you have a good feeling we will go undefeated the rest of the way. That's definitely a possibility. I mean, we've been this close to being undefeated to this point. We've never lost. All these games were 1-score losses, so it could have gone. Any of these games could have gone either way. So, what do you think is what's your biggest concern for Seattle? What's the thing that concerns you the most, or the one thing they got to work on the most?
Sam Darnold in big games. Now, it's obviously we haven't. Look, I'm not being a hater at all. We've had a great season, and I think we have one of the best teams in the NFL. But we haven't had a signature win this year. I mean, really, look back on it. I mean, we haven't beat a team that's been maybe Jacksonville, but even them, it's just
Houston.
Not necessarily.
Was not Houston
a superstar.
was not Houston a signature win?
Huh?
Houston.
Look, I mean, Houston and Jacksonville were good wins, but I mean, come on, they're not even close to contenders.
No, but Jacksonville's 9-4, Houston's 8-5, fighting for a playoff spot. So
I mean, I don't know, man. They're wins, but we also have lost to we've lost the games against the good teams.
No, I agree. I agree. The signature win is beating your division opponents, and we haven't. I mean, and that's
no flaws on our team. I mean, what? It was like a 3-point loss or a 4-point loss to San Fran, 3 points to Bucks, and what was it?
2 points.
2 points to the Rams. Dude,
it's crazy.
That's a combined 9 points of losses.
And 2. I know. Yeah, that's how the razor's edge of difference.
Yeah, I mean, I really want Darnold to just have like particularly against LA. I really want him to have a good game against LA, and if we can get that one win where it's like, oh yeah, we're contenders, because I just don't feel like we've had that yet. I mean, with Houston, it was a pretty ugly game, and
Pittsburgh
at the time, Houston was disabled.
Yeah,
I mean, Pittsburgh's 9-8 every year.
I had us losing that game. I really didn't think we were going to win that. Pittsburgh's actually, I know they're 7-6, but they're the top of their division.
Top of an ugly division.
Well, yeah, still.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm not saying we've beat all the crappy teams.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't think we've had that win where it's like one particular win when it was like, yeah, these guys are.
That's true. I hate to say it. Like you look at it, you look at it. First week, San Francisco lost. Next week we beat Pittsburgh. Yeah, they ain't that great. New Orleans, we beat them. They kind of suck. Arizona, turns out they suck. We beat them. Tampa Bay, we lost. Jacksonville, borderline signature win. We beat them. Houston, borderline win. We beat them. Washington, turns out they suck. Arizona, we beat them again. We lost to the Rams. We beat Tennessee. They suck. We beat Minnesota. Well, they're out of quarterback and they suck. We beat Atlanta. They're out of quarterback and they suck. So
yeah,
when you put it that way, man, all of a sudden I feel like we haven't really beaten anybody. This is a charade.
Yeah.
It's 10-3. No, but you got to beat but you beat the teams you're supposed to beat, right? You beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and that's all we can do. We just haven't beaten the teams that you need to beat to be the top. And that's what's in front of us. We have the opportunity to get 2 signature wins, maybe 3 out of the next 4 games.
Yeah, I think the reason... Yeah, I mean, look, I think the reason I was dancing around the question so much was it just depends on the momentum. It depends on how you play this Indianapolis team, because it's not a free win. Let's get that just straight out there. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the NFL right now.
Could be a problem.
And look, I'm just saying, if you go to this Indianapolis game and you beat them by 3 with a really shaky game, maybe you drop the next one. It just depends. And I think also it's like we just need that momentum. The momentum is what's going to either make or break our season.
No,
like you just got to win each game, and then the rest will take its course. But if you go into Carolina or go into LA with a barely a win against Indianapolis, I don't think your confidence is at its peak.
Well, yeah, I hate to say it, but you're right. But no matter what, unless you blow out the Colts by 2 touchdowns or more, everyone's going to feel like, we barely beat this crappy team with an old 44-year-old quarterback. Even though every team's, they're going to put up the fight, and they've got weapons. They've got the best running back in the league, all that. So there's never, ever a gimme, and I don't think you could ever use that as we beat them by 2 touchdowns. Yeah, we're great, But, it's 1 week to the next. And just like the Rams losing to the Panthers at that time, we were like, nobody expected that. That helped us a lot. But is it because the Rams really played down, or is it turning out that the Panthers really are pretty good? So, I mean, that's the case. So we got 3 tough games to go after this one. Real quick, though, I want to just shout out to Lena, my fabulous moderator, with the super chat saying, Bucks are becoming the Ducks, never winning the big game. How many natties, Quacks? 0, and that's your hand sign. Yeah, sure means Oregon. LOL. Okay, that's Alina showing her pride in her colors. Yeah. I appreciate the support, Alina, and always being there. But you were saying?
Oh yeah. It's just hard to predict what's going to happen. I think it literally just depends on the result of each game, you know? Because we have the talent and we have what we need to beat every single one of these teams. It's just how we go into that game. Yeah. So, high expectations. I'm going to say, because I'm, optimistic, I'll say we get 14 wins, but it just depends. We'll see.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. And I don't think, your schedule is what it is, so you can't really...
Yeah, right.
You can't pick and choose the opponents you play. But, yeah, we've lost 3 games, and those 3 teams, 2 of them were division rivals. The other one was a team that we should have beaten, and it's turning out they're not doing so hot right now, but it was a good game. It was exciting, but we were also down 4 starters on defense, which is probably why we let them put up so many points. But we're a different team now, so
yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Are you going to any of these games? Either of these 2?
I'm going to LA.
You're going to the Rams game? Okay.
I'm going to LA.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be there. Maybe we can meet up during the game if it's in the cards. But
right.
Yeah, man. It's good to...
One last thing before we get off.
Yeah.
Do you think Carolina should be a primetime game?
You mean flex it?
Or do you think they should have had it that way? Because didn't they choose the time?
I'm not sure if it's set. On my little schedule thing that was from way back.
No,
I think TBD.
They set the time. It was 10 a.m.
It would be a 10 a.m. game if it's normal schedule, but
they already just did it. But I don't know. It's a really good game. I thought it could have qualified for Sunday night.
Well, yeah, there's a lot at stake there. They should definitely consider flexing the last game of the year against the 49ers. I mean, that could be...
Well, yeah.
That could be deciding everybody's fates that night. It could be a game that decides the Rams, 49ers, and Seahawks, who ends up where in the division. So I'm sure, depending on how the next 3 weeks go, that's a very good chance that game's going to be flexed. But it'll be in San Francisco, though, so we'll be watching it from a distance, unless we go down to that game.
Oh, man, nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too, man. We'll be in touch, and have fun at the game Sunday, and maybe I'll see you on Thursday.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, man. Take care. All right, there we go. Well, a lot of, generally a lot of confidence going into this final 4-game stretch, but everybody's got their concerns. Everybody knows that, I think, and this is going to be the case until he finally does it, but Sam Darnold, he's not going to shake the can't win the big games aura unless he can beat these 2 teams. If he beats the Rams, he beats the Niners, well, then I think the monkey's off his back of that he can't win the big one, because they don't get no bigger than these next 4, and particularly those 2 divisional games. If we want the division, we want 1 seed, we've got to beat the Rams for sure, and probably the Niners too. So, and his legacy here for his first year in Seattle is going to be dependent on the results of those games and how he plays. And he's got a chance to write a new end to his story, at least as it pertains to the Rams on Thursday. Because if he loses, he's going to be forever tattooed with he can't beat the Rams are in his head, that sort of thing. But if he can exercise all those demons with a big win on Thursday. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, you guys. The show, about 15 minutes over, but enjoyed chatting with you guys. For all of you who called in, appreciate it. And for everybody here who just tuned in to listen to and chat about what was on your mind, I appreciate it. Again, I will be live streaming on Sunday from inside Lumen Field, so check that out on my YouTube channel right here. And let's hope for a Seahawks win. It's going to be entertaining no matter what. But there we go. So good night, everybody. Again, have a good weekend. We will see you guys on Sunday. And go Hawks.